The days are getting shorter and the nights are getting cooler, and that means it's time to start harvesting all of that hard work we sowed in the spring in preparation for winter's rest. Now is also a great time to reflect on the season. The chickens have still not laid any eggs, even though we are at 24 weeks, which has me wondering what I'm doing wrong. But the bees have surely enjoyed the garden so much this year that fills my heart with such joy. In this episode, I'm trying my hand at floral design with this Dahlia centerpiece. We are getting inspired from a recent outing with the family and harvesting some tomatoes while reflecting back on this season. There we go. I think this size should be pretty good. When I was planning my garden this past winter and spring, I had ordered a few Dahlia Tubers from Longfield's Garden, and this was after watching Robbie from Visit Our Garden's Dahlia unboxing video. What really inspired me was the Flirty Fleurs Verona collection. It was a gorgeous collection, but by the time I went online, they were already sold out. I was able to get a few of the dahlias separately. This will be the inspiration for my floral design. Now, I'm not an experienced floral designer, and I am tempted to sign up for a few classes at the local college, but I believe part of learning is doing, and I'm pretty satisfied with the way this turned out. Okay, everyone, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and it is not too far off from the Verona collection that was inspiring this vase to begin with. I do need to find a gorgeous vase like that, though. So pretty. Alice would love this Wonderland. I like these arches. I want these arches. Please be careful. This is fun.
You can see into the flowers. Oh, look it. Looks pink. Oh, kind of spins. Mom, look through it.
There we go. We tried to fit one last family outing of the season, and that was to the Morton Arboretum. Our family loves spending time in the outdoors when we can, camping and just going to parks. It helps us connect in a calming and therapeutic environment. We've tried family game nights, but it always gets too competitive and doesn't usually end up in warm and happy feelings. They have a wonderful children's garden that provides with lots of color inspiration for next year's border garden, and the kids got to enjoy some fun in the outdoors. And don't skip out on the maze garden. It was definitely a challenge for us. The trick is on us. The trick is on us. One of the reasons we went to the Morton Arboretum was to check out the Of the Earth sculptor exhibit, which consists of 5 large-scale sculptures by Polish-American artist Olga Zimska. The exhibition explores the artist's expression and philosophy that says, "We are nature." Zaimska said that her aim is to remind people that everything in life is derived from the same basic elements that form everything in nature, including ourselves. There is no separation. The artist's work was created from reclaimed and pruned trees, branches, and other natural materials gathered from various locations throughout the Morton Arboretum's 1,700 acres. She states, I'm giving reclaimed natural materials a new life and transforming them from nature into new forms.
So I wanted to take a second and talk to you guys about just my reflections on the garden this year. As I was picking these Roma tomatoes and realizing how many I had got, I felt like I had a missed opportunity not growing as many veggies as I did. So this was pretty much the only tomato plant that I had grown this year. And look at how many just from one batch. And there's still like a ton on here. I mean, I'm not even the best tomato planter. And it's not hard. You see like, oops, how many are on here still? That's gonna be like a crazy harvest just off of one tomato plant. And as I'm sitting here picking all of these tomatoes, realizing how fulfilling it is just to grow your own veggies and being a little bit more sustainable in growing your own food, providing for your family. And in the years past, I've grown tomatoes, I've grown, peppers and all of that. And I've loved it. But this year, actually, I took kind of a step back to grow flowers, and I missed the veggies. I missed growing the veggies. So what I'm going to do with these tomatoes is I'm going to clean them up and roast them and make a tomato soup out of them. And then of course, when these are ready here, I'm going to harvest them. But this is going to impact how I plan my garden for the next year. If you're, a home gardener, if you've been gardening, you know that you've already have plans on what you want to change, what you're going to do differently, what you're going to try. Maybe you didn't this year. So now is the time to kind of write those notes down and reflect on your garden. For me, I know as far as these cut flowers, I'm gonna still grow those next year, and I'm gonna grow a lot more, but I'm gonna put them into my border garden and utilize that space a heck of a lot more than I did this year. And as for my raised beds, we're gonna go back to growing some veggies next year because I miss it. I love it, and I want to be able to start providing food for my family that comes homegrown from my garden. And maybe that means expanding a little bit and adding some more raised beds. I don't know, we're starting to turn this backyard, this quarter lot of a suburban backyard, into a homestead. Unintentionally, well, intentionally, but we'll see how it goes. So it's definitely a time to start reflecting on your garden and what you might want to do differently, but also appreciate what you have done this year that you love. Like, I love the flowers behind me. The celosia that I grew for the first time and the straw flower, these would look really beautiful in my border garden, along with some zinnias. We're going to try those again next year. They didn't really turn out this year, but I've grown them in the past and I know how gorgeous they can be. I recently went to the Morton Arboretum, which is a arboretum in our area. And if you are a Chicago Botanic Garden member, it has a reciprocal membership with the Morton Arboretum, so you can get in for free. But just the entrance to the kids' garden was really, really inspiring with the unique colors that they use. They're very bright colors that I would have never thought to use together, but I was absolutely just in love with the combination. And so I think when I'm going to pick out my seeds this winter, I'm going to be picking colors that kind of resemble that to grow in my border gardens, because they put a smile on my face, and they were so cheerful and so playful, and I loved it. So you can grab your inspiration from local gardens or arboretums or botanical gardens in your area. That's why I love visiting them and just going all throughout the year. Different seasons bring different treasures and different beauties, and it can give you some great inspiration for your own garden.
And if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. I hope you got a little something from this video. If you are interested in this homegrown tomato soup recipe, comment below and I can send it to you. We will see you guys in the next one.